So what I'm going to do is show you what we call the elevator pitch. It's just a structure on how to communicate your idea or what you want to do, and in this case, your vision. So I will explain it, and then you will take your visions and try to respect the format here and do the exercise of communication. Okay? So for the ones who think that you don't need a structure to communicate properly, because you're a good communicator and it just happens that you have a good idea and then you can seduce people in your idea. Just a little story. I was giving this concept in a group, and one person just told me that I don't need a structure. I mean, it's easy. Whenever you have something that you want to sell, you just express it and it's okay. I don't need a structure. So I said, okay, fine, just explain me what your project is. And so the person started and explained what the project was for 2-3 minutes, and then finished. And then I looked at the person and said, oh, very good. And by the way, what's your name? And so the person just went on the story and didn't even introduce himself. Okay? And that was step number 1. Say who you are. And of course, you don't need the structure. He didn't need the structure. Well, in case of stress, and this is always when you have to defend your project, you need to have a structure. You need to spend time preparing your communication. Otherwise, you miss simple steps and you are not properly understood. Okay? So, simple. Give it a name and a short description. In this case, so you have a project, a vision, you want to sell it, give it a name or a short description. And again, yeah, okay, it's easy. Of course, I'm going to give it a name, and of course, I'm going to give it a short description. Well, no. In the case of the story I just told, the person just started, forgot to mention his name, and you don't know how to call the person. Okay, and by the way, what's your name again? So give it a name or short description. 2, explain the problem. This is where usually people get it wrong. They start explaining what they want to do before explaining why they want to do it. What is the problem? Why should we listen? And why should we have a solution? We first have to explain what the problem is. Okay? Number 3, shortly present your vision. Of course, then we get to the core aspect of it. Present what your solution is or what your vision is. I like this part very much. It's number 4. Anticipate as many objections as possible. Okay? This is a work in itself. You might need hours or days to anticipate what the person might say. What is an objection? Can you tell me what an objection is?
Well, something which contradicts your vision.
Okay.
Doubts.
Doubts? Okay, so you're going to deliver a message. Well, you know what? I really see yourself succeeding in this project and being a happy family. This is what I've heard earlier. And then someone is going to raise his or her hand and say, yeah, it's wonderful, but the problem is, that. And this is an objection. Okay?
Weaknesses and threats.
Sorry?
Weaknesses and threats.
Yes, okay. And that the idea, weaknesses and threats, the idea is you anticipate in your communication. And it will be like this. I know you're going to tell me now that we don't know where we're going and that priorities are shifting all the time and we don't know if the project is confirmed. Well, I have anticipated that and this is what we're going to do. All right? So you have to put yourself in the mind of the people you're communicating to and try to anticipate all the objections they might have. And you might start because you want to say that to them before they go with the objection. If they voice the objection, yeah, you can always take it back. You can always fix it, but it takes more energy because now you are in convincing mode. Okay? Instead of if you anticipate, they have nothing left to say. Okay? I know you're going to tell me that this is going to cost money. This is why I have this part of the budget that we have allocated to this, for example. Boom. They will say nothing. Okay? So anticipate the objections. State what you need from people. Clearly state what you need from people. You have people that just rant or just express what they want and then they ask nothing. You have a team, you have to involve the team. But for that, you need to clearly say what you're expecting from people. All right? Simple, huh? So far? 6, and final, involve your audience by asking what they think about it. Make sense? You can just say thank you, or just what do you think about it. All right? That's simple. I know some here, they're simple and they're common sense. But again, remember the story of the person that says, oh, I don't need a structure, goes on, and then you don't even know the name.